If your teen has ever said, "I'm just not good at this," or "I'm not a science person," you've heard the myth of talent at work. Here's what the science says. Success in school isn't about natural ability. It's about beliefs, identity, and training the brain to grow. Welcome back to How Learning Works, where we help parents understand the science of how students learn and how to support their growth at home. Today, we're unpacking one of the most important ideas in education, that what students believe about themselves shape how and how much they learn. Let's be clear, we're not talking about empty positivity. We don't want students to be falsely confident. Confidence without competence can actually hurt learning. What we want is earned confidence, the kind that comes from struggle, feedback, and growth. Let's begin with a powerful framework developed by psychologist Carol Dweck. The idea of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm either good at this or I'm not. It treats ability as something you have or you don't. Students with this mindset often avoid challenges. They fear failure because failure to them means they're not good enough. A growth mindset says, I can get better with effort and strategy. It views ability as something you develop through work. These students are more likely to take on tough problems, bounce back after setbacks, and seek feedback. And here's the most important part. Over time, these beliefs shape behavior, and behavior shapes outcomes more than raw ability ever could. Neuroscience backs this up. Your teen's brain is plastic. It can change and adapt through use. This is especially true during adolescence, when the brain is forming new connections at lightning speeds. Students can literally rewire their brain through practice, reflection, and persistence. So when your child says, I'm just not a math person, they're not stating a fact. They're predicting a future and deciding how much effort to give. Think of your child's brain like a muscle. Saying, I'm bad at math is like saying, I'll never be able to do a pull-up. But with the right training and consistency, strength grows. Let's talk about motivation. Where does it come from? Not just from grades, not just from rewards. Motivation is deeply tied to identity, to who your teen believes they are and what they believe they're capable of becoming. If a student sees themselves as a capable learner, they're more likely to try again after a failure, take academic risks, put in effort when it counts, and ask for help instead of giving up. But if they believe they're not smart or not a school person, they may check out, not because they can't succeed, but because they don't see the point. This is why identity-driven feedback matters so much. As parents, we shape the way our kids see themselves as learners. There are 4 ways to build your teen's motivation mindset and identity as a learner. Number 1, praise what they do, not who they are. It's tempting to say, you're so smart, but that kind of praise can backfire. It ties their self-worth to something they can't control. And when they hit a challenge, they think, maybe I'm not smart after all. Instead, focus on effort, strategy, and improvement. Try, I noticed how you stuck with that problem, even when it got frustrating. Your outline really improved after you revised it. Or, that was a smart way to break that question into parts. This type of feedback builds self-efficacy and the belief that they can figure things out through effort. Number 2, normalize struggle. Every learning curve has dips. When your teen says, this is hard, respond with, that's exactly what learning feels like. You're not behind, you're building. Remind them frustration isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that their brain is doing real work. Number 3, share your own growth. Teens often assume adults were always good at the things we do now. Tell them about something you struggled with, whether in school, at work, or in life, and how you improved. Modeling a growth mindset shows that learning is lifelong. Number 4, use the word yet. When your child says, I don't get it, help them reframe, you don't get it yet. That one word turns a wall into a window. It keeps the door to growth open. Let's talk for a moment about one of the more overlooked influences on identity, feedback. Feedback isn't just about the information we give, it's about how it's framed and about how it lands. When feedback is about who the student is, you're wrong, you're not good at this, they often shut down. But when feedback is about what they did, this part needs clarification. Try another example. It becomes fuel for growth. Think about elite teams like the U.S. Marine Corps or Olympic athletes. Praise in those environments is rare, but when it's given, it's earned. It's tied to action, not ego. It reinforces effort, accountability, and skill. Students thrive in similar conditions. When they see their actions matter, that improvement is possible through feedback, they gain agency. They begin to believe, I can influence my own outcomes. And that belief is what unlocks motivation. Let's pause here to reflect. If your child is struggling with school, ask yourself, do they believe effort leads to growth? Do they see failure as feedback or as proof they're not enough? Do they view themselves as a learner or someone who's just not a school person? This isn't about sugarcoating everything or ignoring real challenges. Some students do have to work harder, but mindset shapes what they do with that reality. And when we as parents shift our language, we help shift the narrative our childs tell themselves. Here's a few scripts you can borrow. This is new, so it's supposed to feel uncomfortable. That means you're learning. Let's focus on what's improving, not just on what's missing. You're not there yet, but you're getting closer every time you try. These simple phrases help reinforce an identity of growth, and they build internal motivation over time. Don't confuse self-esteem with self-efficacy. Our goal isn't to make students feel good about themselves in the moment, it's to help them believe they can handle hard things. Confidence will follow when it's built on capability. Let's review the big ideas. Number 1, students' beliefs about themselves shape how much they learn. Number 2, a growth mindset helps students persist, improve, and take ownership. Number 3, neuroscience shows the brain is plastic, especially in adolescence. Number 4, motivation is deeply connected to identity. And number 5, parents can build motivation by focusing on effort, modeling growth, and reframing failure. In our next episode, we'll pull all of this together, how to build a simple, science-backed learning system your teen can use week after week. But for now, here's your challenge. Pay attention to the story your child is telling about their ability. When you hear fixed mindset phrases, I can't do this, I'm not a math person, interrupt the script. Offer a new frame, one rooted in growth, effort, and possibility. Because when students start to believe in their ability to grow, they begin to act like it. And when they act like it, that's when real learning begins. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more science-backed strategies to help your teen learn smarter, not just harder. And if this episode helped reframe how you think about motivation, share it with a parent who could use that shift too.